Oh no.
But who am I kidding? I'm a mom, so that's really what I did most of the summer. But I did manage a little relaxation in between snack breaks, so we're winning, right? There we go.
That's right. All right, now, no matter how you spent your summer, we're glad you're back. We hope you had a chance to relax and recharge.
So this morning is all about LSC spirit, celebration, and getting everyone pumped up for the semesters ahead. So, buckle up.
And as part of the fun, we'll have a few prize giveaways. And of course, the celebration is complete without food. When we wrap up, we're all going to have lunch over at the CSI. Or it'll be available at the CSI.
So now it's time to bring out the leader who's ready to help us take on the year ahead like a rock star. Please welcome Dr. Dempsey.
You know that's actual footage, right? I always rock out in a three-piece suit, but actually we're going to have a little fun with artificial intelligence today. That's kind of a running theme that we're going to go throughout today's show. It is so great to be here, fall 2025. From my own personal perspective, it is brilliant to be up here because I'm not interviewing for a job anymore. I get a chance to just be me. And it's everything you hope for. All right, so let's get today's agenda. We're going to go with three big major themes this year. Number one, artificial intelligence. Again, that is going to weave through today's performance. We're going to talk about the chancellor's goals, the G's. How many of you definitively can say and name all 7 G's? Oh, okay. There's one in every crowd, isn't there? And then lastly, we're going to focus on one of the big priorities for the entire system, but ever more so here at University Park is mental health. And so those are the 3 themes that we have going on. And we're going to have a little fun doing it. I have to talk long enough, this is very delicate today, I have to talk long enough so that Brian can pay for the food, but short enough so that I can get Martha out to the faculty senate meeting. So that's kind of a delicate timing. AI. AI is here. It is not going away. Turn back the clock to the late 90s, and this is as poignant and important as when the internet started invading higher education. And we all know those that adapted and those that made the changes necessary to integrate the internet into our classrooms. We thrived. Those that didn't, did not. They woke up one day in March 2020 and said, how do I do this? We already knew how to do that. We're going to build that same institutional muscle around artificial intelligence. It's here, but is it taking over? AI, show me a picture of salmon in a river. AI did a good job. This is not my prompt. I was not curious to how many rocks I should eat, but at least it corrected my grammar. But according to artificial intelligence, you should eat pebbles and mix them with your peanut butter. Hey, Google, how many seconds are there in a year? Good practical information if you're counting down the seconds to spring break, right? You're not wrong. You know, every once in a while, we need a little bit of humor in our lives. AI, tell me a joke. Have you ever tried to eat a clock? No, I'm busy with the pebbles. No. Okay. I mean, it's funny, right? Like, we did laugh at it, so it's technically, again, maliciously compliant. All right, here's what I need. I need an engaging graphic of the Fab Four, the Beatles. Show me the Beatles. Yeah, Bill Gamoth. We all remember the Beatle Bill Gamoth and Bull Smith. Yeah, Romney McCartney. Good, I love that one. Let's see how it does with regional cuisine. Tell me a little bit about the regional cuisine. What are we famous for here in Texas? Yeah, not according to ChatGPT, we're not. We're famous for our brick. Everybody knows how good the Jell-O is in Hawaii, right? Don't get me started on whatever they're eating in Alaska, because apparently Alaska is just eating Alaska. Okay, I really need to teach people about fruit, because I teach in a botany setting. I need an alphabet where every single letter corresponds to a fruit. This is terrifying. Yeah, I don't know if we're taking over the world quite yet. I don't know about Z. And I'm not eating R. AI, my friends, it can work for us. And that's part of the exploration that I want to undergo with you all. I want to find out how you are using AI. I've had a couple of really cool instances with AI. For example, during the derecho storm a couple of years, as we were hiding in the closet, I got a call from the boss that says, I need to know what classes to cancel right now. I said, we're in the closet with the cat and the girls. I can't get that information. In the case of an emergency, to get access to that information, I tried a little experiment this summer, and I dropped the CSER report, class section enrollment report, for those of you non-administrators. Class section enrollment, boom, I dropped the CSER into ChatGPT, and I said, who's teaching at the EMI tonight? Boom, it told me when, where, who, and what. In the case of an emergency, and get this, then I was able to drop that into Copilot, which has access to our listservs. I said, generate me a listserv so that I can email the people that are teaching in the EMI tonight. What a great use for artificial intelligence. Give me access to information that I own that I don't want to thumb through a 400-page CSER to get, especially in the case of a storm. The other thing I thought was fabulous, I had some quizzes in my class. I got to teach this summer. I had some quizzes in my classes that totally needed refreshing, like they were old. And what I was able to do was take my lab report and drop it straight into ChatGPT. And I said, ChatGPT, give me a quiz. How many questions would you like? I'd like 10. Just 10. I'm just trying to get a flavor of whether or not they read the directions to the lab. Give me a 10-question quiz, and it did. I started to type in all of the questions that ChatGPT had given me. And I said, wait, dude, there's got to be a better way to do this, right? It said, ChatGPT. It might have been Claude. I don't know. I have lots of friends in the artificial intelligence world. I said, make it into D2L format for me. And it did it. So now I had 10 brand new questions for my quizzes. Boom, dropped them into D2L format. All I had to do was upload it. But then I decided to go really fancy. Said, also give me feedback for all 10 incorrect responses. And it did it. That would have taken me hours of my life to do. Now I still had to check it out because, Bill Gameth and we don't want to eat cats, right? So I still had to check it. With the pebbles in my peanut butter mouth, I checked over each one of those. And you know what? It did a really good job. It wasn't perfect, but it saved a lot of heavy lifting. So really the goal for artificial intelligence is to ensure that we are using AI and how we're using it. Okay. The chancellor's goals. This is the part in the syllabus talk where students start to fade out a little bit. But stick with me because this is really super important. The chancellor's goals. The chancellor approved through the board 5 goals, added 2 more for extra fidelity. We only have one person in the audience that knows exactly what the 7 goals are. The original vision for the goals is that every single one of us would know exactly what the 7 goals were and how we contribute. All we're going to ask you to do is learn the 7 goals. You don't have to memorize what they actually are, just get them by spirit. And then also, some point in time during this academic year, come up with a way that you can contribute. Let's go through the first one. Goal 1, it's all about the money. In fact, let's try something. I say G1, you say money. G1. Money. That's not caffeinated enough for me. I'm here, you're here. G1.
Money!
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so that's on the chancellor's cabinet level, what we're doing, we're putting together whole new funding money. Who gets the money, how you get the money, and what you spend it on. For us, it could be something as simple as, you know what, I'm going to eat at the cafe once a month. So I get a little of that Ox dollars so I can help pay for students that need textbooks or help students that are in need. That's it. How do you contribute, G1? You tell me. It could be something as simple as eating at the cafe. I say G1? Money. Okay, G2, student success. So I say G2, you say?
Student success.
G1?
Money.
G2?
Student success.
See, I love this. This is being recorded, so I'm going to be very careful about how I say what I'm about to say. We're done. We did G2. We did G2 so much as when I pitched it says, yeah, University Park is going to go for another increase. They said, yeah, slow down a little bit. Let the rest of us catch up. I'm not kidding you. We don't really have a goal other than to maintain the amazing work that you already do. So G1 is about the money, G2 is about student success. University Park does it better than anybody. So just a quick round of applause. That's y'all. What did you do to help pump up the success of G2? I'm in my office every day. That's about it. That's you guys. Okay, next. G3. G3 is about our campus pride. You know, we got to see the unveiling of the campus theme song, which I thought was very powerful, very moving. So when I say G3, when I think of University Park and our pride, I think Leo. So when I say G3, you say? Leo. Okay. G1?
Money.
G2?
Student success.
G3?
Leo.
I love this place. Now this one's weird because it's done. And it's so done that they said, we're not going to have a G4 anymore. What are all the numbers slop? I said, I don't know, I give up. But we are going to talk about G4 as a commitment to student success. So when I say G4, I want to hear student success. No, wait, no, that was G2. How much longer do I got to talk? Advising. And we supported our advisors. We got our advisors the tools that they need. They want to check mark this one done. They want to slot it under G2 and roll it up. So when I say G4, it's advising. G1?
Money.
G2?
Student success.
G3?
Leo.
G4?
Advising.
Advising. It says, you know it, I don't. Okay, next one. G5. I'm actually the T1, which is the leadership structure for G5. It's about workforce. So when I say G5, I need to get a workforce. G5?
Workforce.
I love that. One of the coolest things that we do is we provide students with a bigger, better future. But is that bigger, better future actually helping them make and attain a living wage? If we can't answer that question, what are we doing? Right? This is agnostic of our transfer pathway. This is for our work path. Here's the other thing. If our students graduate with a degree or certificate in one of our programs, are they actually working? I spent 2 years at Lone Star. I got a degree and certificate in basket weaving. Are you basket weaving? No, I'm still at CVS. That's not a good point for us. So we need to make sure that our students are making a living wage and that when we graduate them with a workforce degree, that they're working in that industry. So it's a big lift. We know a lot of you are doing the transfer pathway. You're also contributing to this on the daily because you're giving them those soft skills, the critical thinking, the ability to communicate, the ability to look and add through a spreadsheet, the ability to tell whether or not ChatGPT is really lying to you or not. So G5 is workforce, right? Mm-hmm. G4?
Advising.
3?
Leo.
2?
Student success.
1.
Money.
See what I did? I did it backwards. That's cognition at work. G6 is all about the data. G6, I say G6, you say?
Data.
Yeah, see, that's a good one. We have so much data. When I got here to Lone Star College, I was drowning in data. Drowning in data. That's not a good thing. To not have enough data is a really bad thing, but to have too much data is an equally bad thing. If you ask deans and vice presidents and presidents throughout the system, hey, pull me a student success report, I guarantee you're going to get 17 different polls from 17 different reports and different data throughout. We are trying to clean that up so that when I want to look at G2, which is student success. We all have the same measuring stick. So again, when you think about how you can contribute to G2, G6, when you think about how you're going to contribute to G6, it's something as simple as I am going to make sure that me and my colleagues are looking at the same reports at the same time in the same way. And lastly, G7. G7 is financial aid. G7 is financial aid. This one also, check mark, done. The entire big goal of G7, financial aid, the entire goal for G7 was in order to get us a student to get their aid faster and on time. And they check mark this one, done. So how we contribute to financial aid is a little different, and I think of when we draw lines to how we're going to contribute to the different Gs, G7 is going to be a harder one for some of us and easier for others. But again, at the end of this year, I would like to know how we all contribute to the Gs. So just a little bit of recap. G1. Money. G2. Student success. G3. Leo. Everybody except me. G4. Advising. G5. Workforce. G6. Data. G7. Financial aid. I like it. So now we can, Dean Spears, we're all in your company. We can all say what the 7 Gs are for. Got it. Lastly, but probably most importantly, mental health. Mental health is so important. There was a study done just coming out of the pandemic, and over 86% of college university professors says mental health is not only one of the most emerging crises, but it is an exigent crisis that needs to be handled and addressed on our campuses. And the fun part about that, it's not just the students' mental health, it is ours as well. Do you know what they tell you when you're in an airplane and they say, in the case of loss of a cabin pressure, what do they say? Put your mask on before you put the mask on others. When I was at Lone Star College Sci-Fair, okay, I'm here now. I was expecting a boo, but okay. When I was there, I said, you know what, I'm going to take this head on, and I'm going to do something fantastic about mental health. And we went straight for the students, right? Because we're a student-centric organization. And I couldn't give myself a big enough gold star for what we did, because we were all about the students and how do we increase our student mental health. And then I met our keynote speaker. I should have put my mask on first. The most important thing we can do is take care of each other so that we're well to take care of our students. That makes way more sense, right? I've learned so much. I've got a really cool initiative going on with all 3 of the main meeting groups to say we will do something by the end of this year to help improve our mental health, starting with our keynote tonight. I want us to improve how we're doing so that we can show up for our students. So I've challenged in the faculty chat to get with my faculty, and we're gonna have a project. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna pay for it, but it's gonna be for you, by you. I'm gonna challenge our president's cabinet to work with our SGA to create their capstone project around mental health. And how do we do it? I'm gonna pay for it. They're gonna do it. It's gonna be amazing. And lastly, one that is already underway is a campaign by the PSSA and the President's Cabinet called Pause and Relax. And they're going to create events throughout the year that will help us fill our batteries, restore our energy, keep our mental health full. And again, starting with today's keynote speaker, we will ensure that we have programming for you so that you can fill your cups. It's a different world being up here in this situation. So kind of my first fall, but not my first time in front of you. It is such a wonderful honor to be here in front of you and to see everybody in this beautiful building to celebrate our Convocation today. I'm going to try one more call and response for you, and this one's a little, I'm just going to try it out, right? G3, I'm going to work on some culture. I'm going to say lion-hearted, and you say lion pride. Lion-hearted.
Lion bread.
Okay, I was just going to try that on for see how it went. I'm going to close with what I like to close my emails with, and I've told a lot of you this. I type it in every time. It is not a form letter. I just want you all this semester to have a fantastic semester. But most of all, be kind to one another. And be good humans. Thank you very much.
All right, so each year at Convocation, the campus provides a special swag item. This year is no different. College Relations will hand out this year's item during lunch in the CSI while supplies last.
But right now, we've got some prizes to give away here at the VPA.
So, if you received a number when you walked in, guess what? You are in the running. I'll be using a random number generator, which Will has right here, to pull the first 3 winners. If your number is called, and this is important, please refrain from rushing the stage. You will wait until after the program to come and collect your prize.
And keep in mind, you can only win once. Ooh. Okay, the first winner is 40. Woo! Congratulations, 40. Is there a 40?
There we go.
There's 40. Congratulations.
Way to go.
All right. And
The second number is 104. Where are you at?
we're right here in the
Oh, Lori! Congratulations.
Congratulations. Okay, we're going to do one more. All right, number 3.
Maybe.
147. Is there a 147? There's a 147. 12. Yay!
Congrats to the winners. If your number wasn't called, do not fret. There will be another opportunity shortly, so we'll have more prizes later. But you must be here to win. Please don't leave.
Our next leader is the one who keeps academics moving, and I hear he's got some pep in his step this morning.
Yeah, he does. Please welcome Vice President of Instruction, Dr. Kayla.
That is one of my favorite songs. I don't normally carry around pep. I do want to tell you that if if you want to see Dr. Dempsey in real life acting like that, it's every day when he's on the way to the elevator at the end of the day. It's at different times, but just, you'll hit it right if you come up on the 8th floor every once in a while. So I want to make sure that everything I say in the next 5-6 minutes, you hear with an and after what Dr. Dempsey said. Because I'm going to take a little different tack, but it's not a but. It's an and. Okay? All right. And how many of you, hold on, I didn't say whistle. How many of you all are Lasso fans? You Ted Lasso? Okay. So everybody understands the term whistle?
Yep.
Because one of them doesn't, Roy Kent will not put a whistle in his mouth, and he just yells whistle when it's time for the whistle to go off. So, whistle. All right. So I'm going to read you 3 quotes real quick. Life is really simple. We insist on making it complicated, says Confucius. Da Vinci says simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. And some guy named Leo Burnett says keep it simple. Let's do the obvious thing, the common thing, but let's do it uncommonly well. This campus is known for innovation, and I said 3 years ago in my interview that sometimes innovation can be really complicated, and that's dumb. Sometimes innovation is effective and integrated student contact that causes deep and discernible learning. That's what it is. That's innovative in our world. You don't get a new computer, you don't need another laptop, you don't need anything else. If you will care more and do that, we're going to do some things. So again, Dr. Dempsey, there's not a but after that. There's an and. Everything Dr. Dempsey said, and don't get so wrapped up in all the new and cool stuff that's going on in our world and forget that your job is to cause learning. So it's all about learning in our world. I looked up a couple of definitions about learning. One's from the American Heritage Dictionary. Learning is the act, process, or experience of gaining knowledge or skill.
You didn't whistle.
And whistle. Whistle twice. There you go. So, in our world, innovation can look like this. Knowing your students, treating them equitably, understanding when one of them needs a little more help, understanding you might need to extend your office hours by 5 minutes so they can get there after they get home from work or after they get home from taking care of their mom. Communicating to all the learning styles, understanding your learning style, and understanding how to communicate that learning style into their learning style. Connecting to ideas outside the classroom, creating communities that actively engage student learning and desires, and engaging the community outside of your classroom as well. Dr. Dempsey talked about that with the administrators getting with the SGA and doing mental health projects. There are things that you can do that are impacting your work in the classroom, outside the classroom, and however you want to do that or however you can do that. Whistle. I want to focus on the last one. During the 9th week of a 16-week session, sometimes we forget. Sometimes we forget life's home. Sometimes we forget that that kid told us the 2nd week that their sister was pregnant and living with them. And there's not a dad there. Because it's the 9th week now. That was 7 weeks ago. Let's work. I'm going to work hard at remembering. And I would ask you to join me in that. Remember all the things that got you here, all the hard times you had, and remember that for your kids as well. All right, whistle. Oh, I'm done. My ending note for all the people in my world is focus on teaching and learning. And I will echo one thing Dr. Dempsey said yesterday at Curriculum Team Day. How many of you were at Curriculum Team Day? I know I saw a lot of you there. Be sure to tell your compadres who did not get to go to Curriculum Team Day, didn't have that opportunity, that when they put up all of the campuses and all the numbers in G2, where UP was. And for one of them, they didn't even bother putting numbers. They had letters. And those letters said, maintain. We'd already done it. And it's a nice coincidence that about the time Dr. Dempsey and I showed up, that happened. But literally, we were like, how'd you do that? I'm sitting in my office just doing stuff. I don't know. Our faculty teach well. Our advisors advise well. We do all the stuff that we think we're supposed to do, and I think that we're doing it well because I try really hard not to get in your way. I want to remove all those barriers so you can do your job. So it's clear that y'all are doing your job, and it's just an honor for me to stand up and go, that's me. But it's really not, it's you guys. So thanks.
All right, so next up, student success doesn't happen by accident. So much goes into it. It takes leadership, vision, and a whole lot of dedication.
And our next speaker brings all of that to the table, plus a little bit of fun. Welcome, Vice President of Student Success, Kate Dumont.
Good morning, everyone. How are you? I'm totally chill. I've been up since 2. This is my first time on stage. I'm a little nervous. I don't know why though. So before I get started, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to every single one of you. Like Steve, or actually no, like Dr. Dempsey, I'm no longer interviewing for the job. I'm permanent. To you. I can't thank so many of you send me emails, stop me in the hall, send me text messages, called to show your support while I was going through the interview process, and I really, really appreciate it because I couldn't have made it through this process without every single one of you. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I have to cheat. I have my notes on my phone. And the whistle idea was mine, by the way. I just need to throw that out there. And I can also attest that that is Steve's favorite song because he sings it every day next door to me. So I get entertainment with my new position. It's built in. Whistle. So we've had a very busy summer. We've had a busy year in student success. As an interim, I've been in student success at University Park for 6 years. And coming into the interim position, we just kept the ball rolling. We didn't stop, we didn't pause, we just kept going. But there's been a lot. It's been a lot of changes, it's been a lot of moving parts, and it's really exciting stuff. So the thing that we're focused on this year for 2025 is back to basics. How are we going to serve our students where they're at? So a couple of things that we are doing, well, actually over the summer, we hosted a customer service training. How many of you were there? There were a lot of you there. We had like 200 people there. Maybe not 200, maybe 100. But it was a really great training. We had Trellis come in. This fall, we're going to be doing mental health training, mental health first aid training, I think later in September. And then we're also going to bring in neurodiversity training as well to serve all of our students where they are at. In addition, we're addressing student basic needs. All of you know about the Care Center. Has everybody been to visit? Yeah. Has anybody donated? Yes. Yay! Good job. I love it. We've got the Care Center itself, but in addition, we have the Nurturing Den, which we are rebranding. It's been rebranded. And I have some updates on our clothing closet that I'll share with you in a couple of minutes. Whistle. The big thing right now is the Care Center. I just want to give kudos to our Care Center team and all that they've done this year. We have these outstanding numbers. We've seen over 500 students and a total of over 5,000 times. And what that means to me is that we have students that have needs. And we continue to offer these services, and they continue to take advantage of them. Anywhere from food services, to clothing, to financial assistance, to everything on the board, right there. I don't need to say all of those things, but that's where we're at. Whistle. In addition, we have a partnership with the Houston Food Bank. And through the Houston Food Bank, we have the Food for Change program. And just through that program, we had over 800 students sign up for that. So we're partnering with local organizations to bring the needs to our campus for our students. And we'll continue to do that through other partnerships with the American Heart Association, Swipe Out Hunger, and we're working also with the YMCA. So we have a lot of great partnerships. I know community has come up as well, and I'll talk about that in just a second as well. Whistle. So, we are excited to announce, drum roll, that, we had a career closet and we had a clothing closet known as Leo's Threads. We have merged those two because what we're finding is that students, if they need clothing, it doesn't matter if they need professional clothing or regular clothing. They need something. So we've merged those together. We have new signage. It is now on 13514. Right there, we have a beautiful new logo, and we're really excited to welcome students there this fall. So if you have students that are in need, please encourage them to come and visit the Leo's Threads. They can make appointments through the Care Center, through Erica Taylor's office. Whistle. See, my whistle's not working.
Technical difficulties.
I swear.
We got the pinwheel of death.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's to happen to me, right?
Right.
It's okay. I have my slides here. Can you guys see those? Well, I could keep talking because I don't want to bore you guys and just stand up here because you don't want to look at my opinion the whole time. I have a couple of updates with departments. How many of you have heard about outreach? Oh, good. So we have completely redesigned our outreach team. We have 8 new positions in that department. We went from 5 to 8. We reallocated money, we repurposed positions, and we have now teams that will focus on high school recruitment, community outreach, and elementary and middle school outreach. We are comprehensively working to focus on being a true community college. We want to be in the community, we want to be engaging with the community, we want to offer things to the community and work with them to provide support services. Oh, that's me. That's no fun. I want to look at that. We also have some changes in disability services and assistive technology. We actually have a department. Instead of 2 people managing the assistive technology and all the equipment and disability services and ADA accommodations, we now have 3 full-timers and a whole bunch of part-timers that are helping out. They're going to be moving to where financial aid currently is, on 12-2, probably later on in September. I'm looking at Brian. I don't know where he is. Oh, he's over there. I look at him whenever I say that, he'll let me know. But that's the plan. We should be starting that move probably next week or the week after that, actually. And then, am I still up there? Oh, God. And then the last thing on my slide, on this slide, I zoomed in, can you see it now? Is our Connect Up program, which is Matthew Sanford, before he left in the spring, created Connect Up, which brought transfer and career services together. And we're very excited because we have a grant employee who will be coming off of that grant and will be coming onto hard money as a career advisor. And we have one of our academic advisors who will be coming over as a transfer advisor. And so we're really excited that we'll have a robust career and transfer center that will be working with our EUC 1300 faculty to work with students on the front end to identify their career aspirations and their goals. Am I still up there?
I'm so sorry. You look great, though.
I look good?
You do.
Okay, thanks. Last couple of things, I mentioned just a second ago, financial aid. Although we all know financial aid reports to the system office, they work so very closely with us, and we so appreciate all of the support that they give to our students on this campus. They are going to be moving into what we call the fishbowl, right across from UHD, and that move is going to be happening next week or the week after. So we're going to see a couple of moves over the next couple of weeks. What better time than to do it the first week of school? You know, we love to do things when it's chaotic, right? So that's going to be happening very shortly. Once that does happen, you'll get some information from us. Communities and schools, the contract has been renewed. So we have the partnership has been renewed. We have new team members, we have new leadership. They are providing outstanding services, and you will be seeing them a lot more frequently, both in the classroom, if you'd like them to come in, and at different types of events that they'll be sponsoring. Hey, I need a desk to jump on and and then the last thing is, as I mentioned, we've been going through a lot of changes. So with me coming into this position, it left some holes. So Allison Bullock has stepped into my former role as Dean of Student Success. She's right down here. And she's been doing a great job. And Dr. Sarah Ho, we stole from Tomball over the summer. And she is serving as our interim Dean of Student Success. So please encourage them. And if you need anything, they have been doing an absolutely outstanding job to help keep the Student Services Division afloat through all of these transitions. But we're really looking forward to a really exciting year. And I look forward to working with all of you this summer. And I think that's all I got. Whistle. Yeah, we're done. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Kate. Exciting news from Student Success.
Well, from helping students succeed to helping the campus succeed by keeping our finances on track, our next speaker is always revved up about money.
Please welcome the money man himself, our VP of Administrative Services, Brian Griffin.
How's that, guys? One of the reasons why I picked that song is because I'm so happy because I got my team. For a lot of you guys, if you don't know this, but pretty much the whole business office, a lot of us just showed up, I would say, January on? Yeah, so definitely come see us up there on 8, and also don't forget about us on 12 too, because we take care of the students down there. So definitely, we're looking forward to it all. But this is definitely a great year. I get the best job of it all because I make sure that we have the money to do the things we need to do. To do the thing, as the chancellor says, right? So that's one of the things I really enjoy, that make sure that you guys have that. One of the things that we look like, whistle. I was going to say money, but whistle sounds good. Pretty much we're looking at what we have for our student activities. That's a pretty good sum of money that we got there, that we get to start that. And it keeps increasing off of that. So more of the activities that our student groups get to do, organizations, a lot of fun things that our student activities group gets to have. And of course with auxiliary services, that does help us out with like eating later on. So those are some of the things we could do, sponsorships, and also at the same time make sure that if there's any help that we need to do for our students, we can even use that money to help students at times. So a lot of great things that we do with the funds here that we look out for everyone. Whistle. Best part is, this is the money that we get to do the big stuff. So this year is definitely looking good for us overall. Starting off with 32 million, that's not bad. We're looking pretty good overall. And of course, Kate was sitting there asking for Steve's money, but Steve says no. He says that's all his, right? But the beauty of that is they do have the money they need to do what we need to do for our students. And that's the key part about that. And of course, always we want to make sure that we have extra money set aside for those unforeseen plan ideas. So we got a nice little cushion there in contingency, as you can see there. But if you ever wonder, yes, we still have to pay for utilities because we're the driving cost of why we have utilities, because of classes and all that. So it kind of gives you an idea of what our budget is looking like, but that's just a small picture of our world. The team definitely keeps it well-oiled and keeps things moving. So I couldn't do it without them, so thank you guys. Appreciate y'all. But going forward on to the next fun stuff is what we're doing on campus. What's happening on campus and what some of the things you've seen. Now, you want to look at that, you wonder why we took that one parking space? Well, because there's a pedestrian walkway there. Now you can actually see folks when they're walking. One of the things that are actually happening too, we have heard you and we're listening to you. We actually got mirrors being put up in the parking garages. That's because of you guys. And we're listening to you guys. So continue to bring all those great ideas to us because we're definitely going to make sure we put good use of that. You know, making sure that even we even have a walkway out there at the EMI. And whoever thought about that, all the parking's over to the far side, and all the kids are, running across the grass there. That's so good, right? So those are some of the cool things. As Kate was saying, we do have some great things happening as far as furniture coming in. Financial aid has furniture moving in there, dual credit with the EPA, professional development, college relations. So we got quite a few things that are going to be happening. All pretty much, most of that's going to be the first week of school. So, organized chaos, great. But some things are going to happen even in September. So we're not stopping. We're going to keep moving forward with all this. So those are some things that we're going to see into that. So with all that being said, one other thing, Keisha, can you help me out with this? Is that we need a little help on this one. And this is a surprise that no one knows about. Matter of fact, the person that is hitting this is not aware of it. Because a lot of things they do for our students, matter of fact, we were talking about this earlier, that this person is driven, dedicated, guided by passion, and while supporting our students with unwavering commitment. And the person that I want to bring this up to, who started this, was Leo Shelf. Cassandra? Yeah. Definitely, Senator. Thank you for everything that you do for our students. That's it. Peace out, guys.
Thanks, Brian.
So from budgets to branding, we've got it all covered for you today.
That's right. Now it's time to hear from the team making our campus stand out in the best way possible.
She's the spark behind the spotlight, and she's hot to go. Please welcome our Executive Director of College Relations, Shelley Stegall.
But I couldn't hear the words through the microphone. Okay, it was not coming out hot to go, so they had to do our dancing for us. Okay, so whistle, I guess, I'll use that as well. These are some things I'm going to talk about this morning. One of the big projects that we've been working on, College Relations, has had a busy year, a really busy summer. I thank my team. I have a fantastic team. You can't do anything if you don't have a great team, and I do. So we did the faculty bio project. We worked with Dr. Kayla when he brought it to us. I was like, this is a fantastic project, but it's a big project, so it's taken us a little while to finish. The first part anyway. So you will soon be seeing the faculty bios go up on the wall. Dr. Kayla is working on getting the signage that's going to go around those signs. We are going to reach out to new full-time faculty. If you joined after we started the project, we will reach out to you to get some information from you as well, and then we're going to move on to the division leadership teams and do some bios on them too. And let's see, fresh new look on campus, this whistle. So if you've been to building 12 and 13, if you haven't been on the elevators, you may have missed it, but we have a new fresh glow up over the summer. We have new signage in all the elevators. And then outside, we have the new horizontal signage. It used to be in front of the parking garages. It also used to be outside the entrances to campus from Lowetta Road. Those signs, Beryl kind of took the last of them out, so we have replaced them, new signs, new frames. We have new light pole banners. These are probably one of my favorites. The EMI, CSI, VPA, the courtyard, as well as the front parking lot all have new signage. We have roughly 20 designs with inspirational one-word sayings and spotlighting our students, so student photos on all those banners. And then last but not least is the coffee shop. We got a little makeover there too, so a new sign over in the coffee shop area. It used to say Lupe's a long time ago when we had Lupe's, so now it has the chalkboard coffee. Okay, next. Main Squad. So how many people in here know who the Main Squad is? Okay, so I'm hoping that everybody knows who the Main Squad is. Our student content creator group. So if you don't know who they are, check them out on Instagram at LSCUP Main Squad. Like and follow. Our student content creators started off as volunteers, and then we ended up getting them a stipend. Thank you, Brian, for helping us get them a stipend. But we decided that wasn't enough. We needed to move forward and help these students who might end up being working in marketing or something like that. So with the help of the administrative team here, we ended up creating a part-time paid intern position. They're called social media marketing interns. Isabel, who did our animation at the very beginning, she is one. I don't claim her skill set. She walked in the door with that, and we're very grateful for it. Up here are some of our top posts. They're on Instagram. Our Main Squad's creative. They're coming up with their own organic stuff. They'll work with Louisa, our social media manager, for some ideas on how we can help promote certain events, but a lot of it is their organic creation, and they're doing a fantastic job. Louisa just told me the other day, summer is usually a little slower, but they had some awesome numbers that just came in the day, I think 26,000 views on some of their summer work. So we're very proud of them. Some of our Main Squad members have moved on. We're about to get a new set. They are going through the regular hiring process, and so we're waiting for that to finish up, and they should be starting in the next week or so. We are also the headquarters for Leo, if y'all didn't know that. We have two fantastic UP staff that don the gear for Leo and bring him to life. We've also used student volunteers, so we're in the process of doing another student casting call for some participants to come and be Leo and help us bring him to life at times. Let's see. Okay, let's go whistle. And last but not least, events that are coming up. College Relations is helping support Division 1 and Dean Adam Key with the TEDx talk that's on September 6th. Tickets are now available. And then the Heart Walk, of course, we always team up every year with the American Heart Association, and we will be doing that again on October 18th. So lace up your shoes and show up for the Heart Walk. We hope to see you there and have a great semester.
By my son. He's like, Mom, there is an American guy in India and he's singing a song. I'm like, that's a perfect song for my introduction. So good morning, everyone. My name is Sneha Nair Bhalirao. I'm an associate professor at University of Houston, Victoria. Soon to be called Texas A&M Victoria. Yay! I also am a licensed professional counselor at my very own practice called Saffron and Sunflower Counseling. I work with a lot of clients dealing with various mental health concerns. Trauma, grief, relational issues, career transitions, and so much more. I moved here 15 years ago from a beautiful country called India. I married my high school sweetheart, and we together have a beautiful, adorable 7-year-old son, and another one coming. So now that's official. We'll see how parenting 2 kids goes. But we're going to talk about mental health, and we're going to talk about taking care of yourself. And I couldn't talk about this without practicing it myself. So I'm really excited to be here and to talk about one of the most important things that's important for all of us, but we tend to ignore this a lot, often, self-care. So whether you're a president, vice president, faculty, employee, student, we all go through overwhelming phases of our life, don't we? Anybody who's not dealing with challenges? No, right? Yeah. We all have crises. We all have problems. And that's why it's important to talk about this. It's important to talk about not just why we need to take care of our physical well-being, but also our emotional and mental well-being. My hope today is to talk about self-care, to talk about why you don't have to feel guilty taking care of yourself, and how small intentional habits can make a big difference in the long run. So I hope to not just leave you with information, but also with the motivation to take care of the most important person in your life. Any guesses who that is? You! That's right. The most important person in your life, you. So let's talk more about that. Next slide, please. Okay, so let's start with this, okay? Let me ask you all one thing. What do you all do if your phone battery is at 1%? Yeah, that's what I thought. Just like me, most of us would run to the charging station and charge our phones immediately because we don't want to miss out, right? Now take a minute and think. Do you all do that to yourselves? Do we recharge ourselves when we are mentally, physically, and emotionally drained? Do we give ourselves the permission to get recharged? Yeah, something to think about, right? It's not a luxury, but a necessity, and we often tend to ignore that. And just like our apps drain our phones, life circumstances and situations in our life drain us too. And our bodies, our minds are constantly giving us signs and signals that we need to recharge ourselves. But we, for some reason, choose to push ourselves as much as we can till we get through and get to that red zone. So the idea is that we keep doing small, consistent things on an everyday basis that will help us stay at the green zone and not get us to the red zone. So everybody excited to learn how to stay in the green zone? Okay, let's do this. Okay, before we talk about, now that we've talked about charging our batteries essential, let's explore what is it that really drains us out. What drains us out? Kids, okay? Let's call out. What else drains us out? Students, work, the president maybe? No, I'm just kidding. Money, stress. Mother-in-laws, did I hear mother-in-law? Husbands, spouse.
Comparisons.
Yeah, we have different things that drain us out. It doesn't have to be very complicated or dramatic, but it could be little things on an everyday basis that's pulling our energy down, and we're slowly choosing to not give attention to it. So I want you to take a minute and really think about what is that one thing in your life right now that is draining you off slowly and steadily, and you're not even noticing it. Take a minute and reflect. Somebody is like, I know for sure it's my husband. Right, so we all have something in our life that's sort of draining us out, and it's essential to really ask ourselves that are we able to give our best self in as and when our battery is getting empty? And we're not able to show up in the best possible way. So we really want to talk about what are some ways we can take care of ourselves, that way we can show up the way we want to show up in the most productive and present manner in our relationships, in our careers, in our friendships, in our social gathering, in every possible capacity we're functioning out there in the world. Okay? All right, next slide, please. All right. Now we've understood that self-care is important. How many of us here feel guilty taking care of ourselves? Yeah, I wonder why we feel guilty. Anybody? Why we feel guilty?
Selfish.
Yeah, we feel it's very selfish to take care of ourselves. I'm sorry. Anybody? Upbringing, yeah, we're not taught to take care of ourselves. We're always told to take care of others, especially for people like us who are in the teaching profession, who are in education, who are in the university setup. We're always in the process of giving ourselves to others. but we are not teaching ourselves to take care of ourselves, right? It's very hard to pour from an empty cup. And so it's essential that your cup is full before you have the capacity to pour into somebody else's cup. And the same thing applies to me as a mental health therapist. I am required and supposed to take care of my mental well-being before I'm able to take care of my clients. There was a phase in my life after I had my first son where I was diagnosed with postpartum depression, and I was trying to get my license at that time, and my supervisor saw that I was not in the best headspace, not probably saying the most appropriate thing in supervision, and she's like, you need to take a break. And I said, break from what? And she said, break from seeing your clients. And I was really offended by it. I was like, why? I'm doing a great job with my clients. She's like, but you're not doing a great job with yourself. You are not well, and you need to take time out to take care of yourself so you can take better care of your clients. And the same thing applies to us. So I had to take about 6 months of break from seeing clients, go get medication, take help, take care of my healing, and get to a better place so I could better serve my clients. And I want to emphasize on this that, you know, we often tend to focus so much on the things around us that we have a hard time looking into us. And the first step for us as educators, as, you know, people working in the university system, is to see that we are in better physical, mental, and emotional shape so that we have the capacity to contribute to our students and people around us. I'm so glad that Lone Star College is actually focusing on mental health, and that there is initiatives that are coming up for actually encouraging you all to focus on your mental well-being. So kudos to Lone Star College for doing that. Kudos. So what does self-care really look like in everyday life? Does it look like going to the spa and getting massages or getting your nails done? Well, sure, that can qualify as self-care. But really, true self-care is about taking care of yourself on an everyday basis, doing small things consistently, intentionally to take care of yourself and making it a part of your life. Being intentional about your actions and setting small steps for yourself so that you can become a better version of yourself. Next slide, please. So I want you, can you all see that? Okay, I want you all to get introduced to the wellness wheel, right? I talk to a lot of my clients about the wellness wheel. Is anybody aware of the wellness wheel? Has anybody seen this before? Okay, some of you all have. So the whole idea of self-care revolves around the wellness wheel of how can we create a balance between the different areas of our life. We all have areas that we're struggling with. Some of us are doing great emotionally, but some of us are struggling financially. Some of us are doing great physically, but some of us are struggling intellectually. And so it's about trying to bring a balance in all these areas. Now, this can seem really overwhelming, that how do I try to focus on all these areas when I have a husband, mother-in-law, kid, president, vice president, college students, and all of this to take care of, right? The idea is not to focus on everything. The idea is to recognize what's that one area that I am struggling with right now at this stage of my life that I need to focus on. And so when I take care of one area of my life, the other areas will get balanced as well. Okay, so take a minute and share with your partner what is that one area from the different areas that are shown here you feel you're struggling with. I'm becoming a therapist here, guys, sorry, but turn around and share with your partner and tell one area you think you are struggling with right now. And anyone who's not struggling can come share the stage with me because we have a special prize for them. All right. All right, I see a lot of talking going, so clearly everybody has some area that they're struggling with. So that's a good sign, because we know now what we need to work on. We know what are the areas we need to work on. Okay, so what I want to do is really dive into 5 specific areas that you guys can really engage in and do small things that you all can do in everyday life that can help you fill your cup and keep your batteries in the green zone, okay? Next slide, please. All right, physical wellness. So I want to just emphasize that physical wellness is not just about going to the gym and doing strength training and eating, low carb diet and doing vegan food, and it's not just about that. It can be about small things that you can do. It can be as simple as just getting up and doing a good stretch and, doing a nice deep breath and sleeping for 6 hours. And trying to keep a bottle of water and trying to keep sipping as and when possible. It doesn't have to be all these big things that you're doing. I appreciate you drinking water. That's amazing. Yes, that's what we want, right? We want to keep sipping water. We want to stay hydrated and keep doing little things. So everybody ready to do a little physical movement with me? All right, so while you all are all seated, I want you all to start moving your neck clockwise. So go down and turn around and stretch, and we go one more time. Wonderful. And now we go anti-clockwise. All right, some of you are like, oh, I hear the clicks in my neck. I haven't moved for a while. All right, now can everybody raise their hands right up? Both your hands. Stretch, bend backwards as much as you can. And give yourself a nice big stretch. Join your hands upstairs. Stretch. And come down. All right, that was something really small, but made a big difference, right? So just small things like this when you're in your office, in between your meetings, in between your classes. These might be small little things that can really help you in the long run. Next slide, please. All right, it's important to talk about your feelings. I wasn't taught that growing up. I learned that as a therapist. In the Indian culture, they were like, don't talk about your feelings, don't talk. We don't talk about our feelings. Our stuff stays to us. But that's not true. We want to talk about our feelings. We want to express what we're going through. If we can't find a friend to talk to, you have people like me you can come and talk to, right? Who are not judging you and who are going to be open to listening to what you are struggling with. All of us need a space to talk. All of us need a space to process our feelings, to vent out. If you're not ready to go to a therapist, you can journal. You can write down your thoughts. You can put it down on paper and rip them apart and burn them up so that you're getting all your feelings out. You can punch a pillow, like I tell my son. Anger is okay, but hitting is not okay. But you can hit a pillow, and so he goes and hits a pillow when he's angry. Learning to say no, so hard for us. How many of us struggle saying no? Yeah, learning to say no. Saying no to email looking right now. For 1 hour, I'm not going to check my phone or check my emails. For 1 day, I'm going to not look into my phone. Sunday is going to be no phone day. So hard, right? In the AI world. Yeah, it's so hard to do. But giving ourselves permissions to just be with ourselves and just sit with ourselves and stay away from technology and detox from all these things that overload us with too much of content and information that can overwhelm us and not give us a space to just breathe and just be. Next slide, please. Intellectual wellness. For us as faculty and for everybody working in the university system, it's so important to have intellectual growth, to fill our system with information and with knowledge. Timely, there are different things that you can do to take care of your intellectual wellness. You can read books. We have podcasts. There's so much stuff on YouTube that's meaningful that you can watch. Getting into some art and craft, engaging in some kind of mindfulness, trying to create and find hobbies. How many of us get to our 40s and then say, I have no hobbies left? Or like really don't know what we like anymore in life? Yeah. I relate with you, yes. We struggle with really trying to identify what is it that we like, what is it that we want. Because our focus is so much on just completing tasks and doing our duties and fulfilling other people's needs. We forget or we almost ignore looking into ourselves and taking care of ourselves. So really spending time asking yourself, what do I really like? What do I really want? What do I enjoy doing? It's funny because I have sometimes my friends or my family members come visit me over here, and when I'm the host, I like to know what they like doing. And I had a friend come from India, and I asked her, what do you like doing in your free time? And she's like, no one's ever asked me that. She's like, because nowadays I'm just with kids. I don't know what to do anything other than caring for kids. And so we spend some time talking and exploring what she likes to do, what she likes to eat, what she likes to, engage in, so that we could actually do those things for her since her birthday was around. And so really giving yourself the opportunity to think about the things that are important to you and that matter to you and that makes you feel yourself. Next slide, please. All right, social wellness. Social wellness is not just about going and drinking a glass of wine, guys. Just letting you all know. It's about forming healthy connections, building bonds, helping find people who are going to engage in healthy connections with you, who are going to fill your cup, who are going to listen to you, who are going to care for you, who are those good people Dr. Dempsey was talking about, right? You want to connect with meaningful people who are going to empower you, who are going to encourage you to do great in your life and listen to you from a place of kindness and compassion. That's the kind of network you want to create for yourself, for your better social well-being. The most important thing, it's okay to ask for help. We all struggle with this. It's so hard to ask for help because we think, I can do it. Of course you can do it. But sometimes you need help, and that's okay. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to say, I'm struggling today and I can't do it. It's okay to say that today has been a rough day for me and I could use your help. It's okay to do that. And I want you to remind this to yourself. It's okay to ask for help. Can we all say it together? It's okay to ask for help. Yeah, good job, guys. It's okay to ask for help. Awesome. Next slide, please. All right, spiritual wellness. Oftentimes people mistake this as, your connection to God and relationship with God. You don't have to be a God lover or a God-fearer to be spiritually well. Spiritual wellness is more about trying to find your purpose in life, trying to find your meaning in life, connecting with yourself and reflecting with where you've come and how far you've come. It could be small things like what you're grateful for. What is your purpose of life? What are 3 things that keep you going in life? Giving yourself responses to that and giving yourself the permission to ask those questions to yourselves. Okay? So I want you to think about 2 things that you're grateful for today. And I want you to share it with your partner next to you. 2 things that you're grateful for today. Okay, I see a lot of laughter here. I'm going to ask these ladies here. Looks like they're going to share. What are you grateful for, ma'am? Somebody says sweatpants.
Yeah, I stopped over at LSE Online Convocation, and they had sweatpants, and I was very grateful for those.
Yeah, nothing's as comfortable as those, right? I'm sure. Yeah, it could be little things. It doesn't have to be, I have the best husband in the world. You may not have the best husband in the world, and that's okay. But you have other things that's working for you. You want to ask yourself, what is working for you? What are things that you are doing that is working for yourself? What are some things around you that is helping you grow, that is helping you become a better version of yourself? Because all of us have something that is working for us. The challenge is we're not able to see it. Others are able to see it, but we're not able to see it. And so the idea is, can we start looking at things that is working for us, that is helping us become better every day, and that is keeping us going every day, right? We get so caught up in complaining and whining and blaming about all the things around us. It's so hard to see all the beautiful things that's working for us. So encouraging yourselves and people around you to look at things that's working for you, okay? All right, next slide, please. All right. How many of y'all are engaging in mindfulness on an everyday basis? Some of you, okay. Okay, well, I'm going to teach you all a very easy, quick technique that you can do in your office desk, in your car, on your bed, on your pot, wherever you want to do it. Okay, you get to choose the location, but it's a very easy technique that will help you focus on being present and being in the moment. Everybody ready to do it with me? All right, I'm going to see how I can do it with the mic, but I need you all to open your left palm outside. Okay, stretch your left palm really well. Perfect. And then I want you to take the index finger of your right hand and then touch it to the bottom of your palm. All right, keep looking at your palm, and then I want you to breathe in and move your index finger to the top of your thumb, pause, and breathe out. Breathe in, pause, breathe out. Some of you can close your eyes. Breathe in, pause, breathe out. Feel the index finger touching your fingers. Breathe in, pause, breathe out. One more time, breathe in, pause, and breathe out. All right, small things, but will take you a long way, right? If we struggle with time, because a lot of us complain about not having the time in life. This took us less than 10 seconds, okay? So giving ourselves small little things that can help us just stay grounded and take us away from all that overwhelming anxiety that we're dealing with, okay? Next slide, please. All right, so as we come to the end, I want to leave you all with this thought that taking care of yourself is not a reward. It's a responsibility. It's an intentional practice that you engage in for yourself. So as we leave today, I want to encourage you all to give yourselves the permission to rest. Give yourselves the permission to breathe. And most importantly, give yourselves the permission to say no when you need to say no. Okay? Ask yourself, do I deserve self-care, or what is the kind of person I will become if I don't take care of myself? Okay. Self-care is not being selfish, it is survival. And each of you sitting here deserves it, just like your students deserve it. All right? Thank you so much for having me. That's my logo and QR code for my website. If you or anybody you know is interested in virtual counseling or therapy, I'm happy to pass away my cards, but that's the QR code that can take you straight to my website, and y'all can give me a call and schedule a session with me. It has been wonderful being here, such an honor, and such a lovely crowd. Thank you so much, and thank you for everybody in Lone Star College for having me here. Thank you.
I had it.
I'll give it to you.
I was humbled real quick. Shout out to Bad Moms Club. We do a golf thing. It's called Bad Moms Golf on 8:30 on Fridays with Coach Lori. And I'm really proud of myself because now I can understand the difference between a putter, okay, a pitching wedge. I got okay with those. That's where we started. Then we moved on to the driver, and I thought, you know, it's the long stick with the big bulb thing at the end, right? I thought I could hit it so easily. Nothing is more demoralizing than a swing and a miss with the driver. So I apologize to all of those doubters with golf. I am not very skilled, but I'll get there one of these days. All right, thanks. Practice makes perfect. All right, so these are the last 3 prizes of the day that we're getting into right now.
All right, yes, last 3 coming up. Let's get it. Oh, we're so close to the end.
So,
Here we go.
going up,
And
fourth.
the 4th winner is 55. Where are you, 55?
Where are you, 55?
There's 55.
Congratulations. All right, number 5.
Oh, definitely.
135, where are you at?
135. Oh, look. And the 6th and final winner. But you're all winners. It's not a competition. You're all winners. We love
Sometimes. Number 85. There we go. So, congratulations to all of our winners. As a friendly reminder, please come up to the stage when we're done, which we pretty much
We're
are.
almost there. And if you're a new employee, we'd like you to hang out just a few moments. So after we dismiss everyone, so you can get a group photo on stage in front of the balloons.
Well, can you believe we made it?
We did it.
What? Oh my gosh, so thank you all for being here today. Let's make this academic year the best one yet.
And don't forget to grab food over at the CSI. Have a great rest of your day.